SAO is terrible. I'd recommend checking out the Scoob movie instead. The animation was nice and the voice acting was great. In this video, I'll tell you some interesting details about the movie. This video will contain spoilers for Scoob, so make sure you watch that movie first before watching this video. Anyways, let's get started. Here are 35 Easter eggs in Scoob. Number 1. Alexander the Great. The Euro shop is called Alexander's Great Euros. This is clearly a reference to Alexander the Great, who was king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon. Later in the movie, we find out that Scooby-Doo is actually a descendant of Peritas, Alexander the Great's favorite dog, so this is some clever foreshadowing. Number 2. Casey's Creations. There's a sign that says Casey's Creations right above Shaggy. This is a reference to Casey Kasem, the first actor to voice Shaggy. Number 3. Korinsky's. The Scooby snacks are made by a company called Korinsky's. This is a reference to Michael Korinsky, the production designer of this movie. Number 4. The Impossibles. You can see a poster for the Impossibles on the wall in Shaggy's room. This is a reference to the 1966 American animated cartoon series The Impossibles. Later on, we see 3 kids dressed up as the Impossibles for Halloween. Number 5. Funko Pop. These appear to be Funko Pops of Blue Falcon and Dynamite. Apparently, Warner Brothers is also developing a Funko Pop movie, so this is a fitting reference. Number 6. Snagglepuss. You can see a Snagglepuss comic on the floor in Shaggy's room. Snagglepuss is another Hanna-Barbera cartoon character. Number 7. Bullies. The bullies who steal Shaggy and Scooby's Halloween candy seem to have Joker-inspired face paint. Furthermore, the skull on the shirt seems to be from the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You intro. Number 8. Wonder Woman. Daphne is dressed up as Wonder Woman for Halloween. Wonder Woman 1984 was supposed to be Warner Brothers' next movie after Scoob, but it was unfortunately delayed due to the whole coronavirus situation. Number 9. Harry Potter. Shaggy wonders if Velma is dressed up as Harry Potter for Halloween. Harry Potter is a young wizard from the Harry Potter series of fantasy novels, written by British author J.K. Rowling. Number 10. Judge Judy. Shaggy says that Velma is dressed like Judge Judy. Judge Judy is an American reality court show, presided over by Judy Shainlin. Number 11. Opening recreation. The opening credits are a shot-for-shot remake of the opening credits from Scooby-Doo Where Are You? A lot of the monsters from that series make a brief appearance, including Space Kook, Ghost of Captain Cutler, Charlie the Robot, and Black Knight. Number 12. R&S Coffee Shop. R&S is most likely a reference to Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, the creators of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You series. Number 13. Shallow. The song that Scooby and Shaggy are singing here is Shallow, from the 2018 movie A Star is Born. It actually won the Oscar for Best Original Song at the 91st Academy Awards. Number 14. Takamoto Bowl. The bowling alley is called Takamoto Bowl. This is a reference to Iwao Takamoto. He was the one who came up with the original character design for Scooby-Doo. Number 15. Hanna-Barbera. You can see stores that are named Hanna's and Barbera's. This is a reference to Hanna-Barbera, the production studio responsible for the Scooby-Doo series. Number 16. Dee Dee Skies. Dee Dee Skies is the pilot of the Falcon Fury. She's a member of the Teen Angels, and she's originally from the Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels animated series. Number 17. Dick Dastardly. The main antagonist of this movie is Dick Dastardly. He's originally a character from the Wacky Races cartoon. Number 18. Star Trek. The lady working at the Takamoto Bowl says that Shaggy and Scooby were beamed up. This is a reference to the catchphrase "Beam me up, Scotty," which is from Star Trek the original series. Number 19. Peebles Pet Shop. Right next to the Takamoto Bowl, you can see a store called Peebles Pet Shop. This is a reference to the Magilla Gorilla Show. Number 20. Waka Waka. The mailing address here is 5555 Waka Waka Way. Waka Waka is a reference to the song Waka Waka This Time for Africa by Shakira. It was the official song for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Number 21. Bubble Land. The billboard here has a picture of a squid, and it says "Come see me at Bubble Land." This is a reference to Squiddly Diddly, a supporting character on the Adam Ant and Secret Squirrel shows. He lived and performed in Bubble Land. Number 22. Funland. The characters go to Funland, which is a location from season 1 of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You series. Funland is an amusement park on the beach. A robot was going wild and plaguing the park, so the gang came to investigate. Number 23. Hex Girls. You can see a Hex Girls poster on the wall here. The Hex Girls are a female eco-goth rock band that appeared in Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Number 24. Arcade Machines. The names of the arcade machines are references to other Hanna-Barbera properties. There's Laugh Olympians and Space Stars. Additionally, the Frankenstein Jr. arcade machine is a reference to Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. Number 25. Where Are You? In the Hall of Mirrors, Dick Dastardly asks Scooby-Doo Where Are You? This is clearly a reference to Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Number 26. Cops. Fred mentions that he's seen Cops at least 6 times, so he should do the talking. Cops is an American half-hour documentary reality crime legal television program. Number 27. Messick. The final location of the Cerberus skull is Messick Mountain. Messick is a reference to Don Messick, the first voice actor of Scooby-Doo. Number 28. Pterodactyl. The pterodactyls in this movie resemble the ones found in Johnny Quest Quest. Number 29, Slag Hoople. Captain Caveman calls the third Cerberus skull the Slag Hoople. This is a reference to Pearl Slag Hoople from the Flintstones. She's the mother of Wilma Flintstone. Number 30, Gladiator. Captain Caveman yells, "Are you not entertained?" This is a reference to the 2000 movie Gladiator. Russell Crowe's character Maximus Decimus Meridius says the exact same thing. Number 31, Middle Earth. Shaggy says that they should get out of Middle Earth, and Blue Falcon says that it's copyright infringement. Middle Earth is the fictional setting of much of J.R.R. Tolkien's Legendarium. Number 32, Cinderella. Dick Dastardly says that the slipper fits. This is a reference to the glass slipper from Cinderella. Number 33, Captain America. This is obviously a reference to Captain America, who's part of the Avengers. Number 34, Johnny Quest. The Q on the laptop here is a reference to the Q in the Johnny Quest logo. Number 35, Sea Captain. Jamie Rivera says that the residents have seen the ghost of an old sea captain. This could be a reference to the ghost of Captain Cutler. Did you manage to find any more Easter eggs or references in the movie that I didn't mention in this video? Also, what did you think of Scoob? I personally thought it was a lot of fun. Additionally, I'll explain the ending. Scoob is a 2020 American computer animated mystery comedy movie. It's based on the Scooby-Doo franchise. If you're unsure about the ending, then you definitely came to the right place. In this video, I'll explain the ending of Scoob. After defeating Dick Dastardly, the gang is back in Venice, California. We see that they're finally able to establish their business, and there's a big celebration for the grand opening of Mystery Inc. Additionally, Fred gets a new mystery machine from Blue Falcon. Afterwards, Velma gets a message from someone named Jamie Rivera. She says that there's been a mysterious sighting in San Pedro. Residents have reported sightings of a phantom tuna trawler and the ghost of an old sea captain. The gang accepts the case, and the movie ends with Scooby and Shaggy agreeing to do it. So what's going to happen next? Well, first of all, the initial plan was to have Scoob lead into a cinematic universe based on the Hanna-Barbera properties. There are tons of Hanna-Barbera Easter eggs and references in this movie, so if that was the goal, then they did a good job setting everything up to feel like one connected universe. There are plenty of choices that they can go with for the next Hanna-Barbera movie. Second, the old sea captain that Jamie Rivera is referring to could be the ghost of Captain Cutler, a character from the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You series. Captain Cutler and his wife faked his death so that they could steal the yachts at the marina and sell them. We did see the ghost of Captain Cutler make a brief appearance in the opening credits, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was picked to be the next villain. Third, in the end credits, we see that the Falcon Force has several new recruits. There's Captain Caveman, Adam Ant, Grape Ape, and Jabberjaw. Maybe they could do a spin-off Falcon Force movie with Blue Falcon and the other characters I just mentioned. If the goal is to make a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, then this would be a pretty good way to do it. It's important to note that a ton of other Hanna-Barbera characters were originally planned to be in Scoob, but they were cut out due to timing concerns. Here's what director Tony Cervone said. At one point we did have more characters in the movie, and the reason that they're not in it is it's a 90-minute movie, and you have to spend enough time with the characters. So at one point, yeah, Grape Ape was in the movie, Jabberjaw was in the movie, Adam Ant was in the movie, but we just didn't have enough time. We tried for a long time. Fourth, in the end credits, we also find out that Dick Dastardly somehow escaped from prison, so this is definitely not the last we'll see of him. Dick Dastardly is actually not an original Scooby-Doo character. He's a character from the Wacky Races cartoon. Perhaps they could make a Wacky Races movie next, with Dick Dastardly and the other Wacky Races characters. Scoob was originally supposed to be a theatrical release, but that was cancelled, and the movie was released digitally instead. Variety reported that releasing the movie digitally was a big risk, and an almost certain loss for Warner Bros. However, the success of Trolls World Tour could be a positive sign, so the success of this movie will determine whether or not Warner Bros. Will want to continue with their planned Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. If you want another good anime to watch, I'd suggest checking out Fairy Tail. Here's a review.
Hey, fellow anime fans. Today, we're gonna talk about a show that's so good, it's practically magical. No, I'm not talking about Hogwarts. I'm talking about Fairy Tail. I know what you're thinking. Oh no, not another one of those shows with a bunch of spiky-haired teenagers screaming and fighting all the time. But trust me, Fairy Tail is so much more than that. It's got action, adventure, fantasy, comedy, romance, and of course, magic. So if you've been hating on Fairy Tail without giving it a chance, it's time to drop your guard and let the magic in. Let's start with the characters. Fairy Tail's characters are like a box of assorted chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, but you know it's gonna be delicious. They're a family of lovable weirdos, each with their own quirks and abilities. Every character has a distinct personality that makes them stand out from the crowd. There's never a dull moment when these guys are on screen. And let's not forget the catchphrases. Oh, the catchphrases. They're so catchy that you'll be shouting them out in public and scaring small children. But hey, that's the price you pay for being a fan of such great characters. It's like they're all part of some wacky improv troupe, and I am here for it. There's just something about the the characters that makes you want to root for them. Maybe it's the way they never give up, even when the odds are stacked against them. Or maybe it's the fact that they're always there for each other, no matter what. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. The characters in Fairy Tail are some of the best out there. They'll make you laugh, they'll make you cry, and they'll make you wish you could be a part of their world. So if you haven't given Fairy Tail a chance yet, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on some seriously awesome characters. Now, let's talk about the story. From the first episode, you'll be sucked in. The storyline is so engaging that you'll find yourself binging episodes faster than a pack of raccoons attacking a dumpster. The plot is a roller coaster ride with twists and turns that keep you on the edge of your seat. Just when you think you know where the story is headed, the show throws a curveball that leaves you scratching your head and wanting more. But don't worry, the storyline isn't so complex that you'll need a degree in astrophysics to understand it. It's just the right amount of complexity to keep you invested in the characters and their journey without making your brain feel like it's doing a backflip. And it's not just the main storyline that's engaging. The show has plenty of subplots that keep viewers invested in the characters and their journeys. Whether it's a character's personal struggles or a side quest that adds to the overall narrative, there's always something exciting happening. Plus, the show knows how to balance the serious moments with some good old-fashioned humor. Additionally, the world building is fantastic. You know you're in for a wild ride when a show has a world so immersive that you feel you could reach through the screen and touch it. That's exactly what you get with Fairy Tail's rich world building. It's like a giant tapestry, woven with intricate details and vibrant colors. There are different lands with their own unique cultures and people, and the show does a great job of bringing them all to life. And then there's the magic system. It's nothing you've ever seen before, with its own set of rules and limitations that make it feel as if it's a real force in the world. You'll find yourself wanting to learn more about the different types of magic and how they work together. The magic system in Fairy Tail is so unique. Every character has their own set of magical abilities that are as diverse as the colors of Skittles. You've got wizards, dragon slayers, celestial mages, and even people who can control time itself. But the real kicker is the lore. From ancient battles to legendary heroes, the show has a rich mythology that adds to the overall depth of the world. The lore of the world is so immersive. It's like you're reading a history textbook from a parallel universe. There are guilds, factions, and alliances that have been formed and broken over centuries, and every one of them has its own set of customs and traditions. It's similar to Game of Thrones, but with less bloodshed and more magic. What really makes the world building in Fairy Tail stand out is the attention to detail. From the unique clothing styles to the architecture of the cities, everything in the world is so intricately designed. It's like you're watching a work of art come to life. If you're looking for an anime with world building that's more impressive than your Minecraft castle, then you need to watch Fairy Tail. It's a world that's so detailed and immersive, you'll forget you're not actually living in it. Fairy Tail is a self-help book, but with more explosions and less cheesy self-help jargon. The themes of friendship, loyalty, and family are like a warm hug from your mom, but without all the awkwardness. The show teaches us that no matter how powerful you are, you can't do everything alone. You need your friends and family to help you through the tough times, and Fairy Tail demonstrates this in the most epic way possible, with magic battles. It's like the show is saying, hey, you may not have a dragon-slaying magic power, but you have something just as important, your support system. And who needs a therapist when you have the lessons of Fairy Tail to guide you through life? It's got all the feels and insights you need to get your life back on track. The show educates you on the importance of having good friends, being loyal to those you love, and the value of family, even if your family is a guild full of wizards. The lessons Fairy Tail teaches are so powerful that they should come with a warning label, may cause emotional growth and self-reflection. The show reminds you that you're not alone. Fairy Tail is comparable to a stand-up comedy show, but with more magic and fewer bad jokes. The humor in this anime is on point, and it's guaranteed to make you laugh out loud. It's like a tickle fight with your best friend, but instead of tickles, it's jokes. Every character brings their unique brand of humor to the table. The jokes are witty, the banter is hilarious, and the facial expressions are priceless. It resembles a sitcom, but with more action and fewer laugh tracks. The show has a way of making even the most serious situations funny. For instance, when the fate of the world is at stake, the characters still find time to crack a joke. The humor is a big part of what makes the show so entertaining to watch, and it's a great way to lighten the mood after a long day. If you're feeling down, Fairy Tail is the perfect pick-me-up. It's equivalent to a shot of espresso, but instead of caffeine, it's infused with humor. The show reminds you not to take life too seriously, and that sometimes the best way to deal with a tough situation is to laugh it off. So, if you're in the mood for some good laughs, turn on Fairy Tail and let the magic of humor do its thing. If you want some serious knockdown, drag-out fights, then look no further than Fairy Tail. The fights are so amazing, they make me feel as if I could take on a whole army of ninjas armed with nothing but a spoon. I mean, the way the characters leap around and throw fireballs at each other is just insane. It's comparable to watching a really intense game of dodgeball, except with magic and swords. The special effects are incredible. The explosions and lightning bolts and crazy magical stuff are so over the top. It's like someone turned the dial all the way up to 11. I wouldn't be surprised if the animators had to wear sunglasses just to keep their retinas from burning out. The battles are akin to the Super Bowl, but with more magic and less Tom Brady. If you're a fan of adrenaline rushes and epic showdowns, then Fairy Tail has got you covered. The animation in Fairy Tail is just straight up beautiful. The colors are so vivid and the movements are so smooth that you'll think you're watching an action-packed ballet. You'll be mesmerized by the way the characters move, like they're gliding across the screen with ease. But the best part of the animation in Fairy Tail is how it perfectly captures the characters' emotions. When they're happy, you'll be happy. In conclusion, if you haven't given Fairy Tail a chance, you're missing out on a magical experience. Literally, the show has everything you could want in an anime: action, humor, drama, and even some life lessons thrown in for good measure. It's like a treasure chest full of magic and wonder, just waiting for you to open it up and explore. If you're not convinced yet, just think of it this way: it's a pizza with all your favorite toppings. You can't go wrong. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready to embark on a magical journey. Trust us, you won't regret it.
Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.